Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to another episode of an honestly very hard challenge. In the last episode, our tribe actually survived the first of 3 killer bearyena attacks. Pretty much everybody over here in the main part of camp all banded together to make sure that Longshot Jr. was going to be safe. I'm sure he's a little bit shaken, mind you. He doesn't have a scratch on him, but after having that killer bearyena looming right above him, he's probably feeling a little bit on edge. Nobody was injured during the fight, but Stone was very close to the end of his lifespan. He used his very final day just to make sure the killer bearyena wouldn't be a threat to them anymore. He also gave them a wonderful feast too, so today we're going to make sure that we have the chance to celebrate his life. Not to mention, it would probably be a good idea for us to try to lay his remains to rest. That way his old love won't be able to steal him into her army. I suppose that Jerico should probably figure out who's going to do that task first. For that matter, we also have this other situation back here where Longshot Sr. is still waiting for rescue. That's where our second bearyena foe is waiting too. In fact, I'm pretty sure that he's actually super close to him right now. Standing right here next to the terrible omen, in fact. That's only a couple of tiles away too, so we're probably going to want to make sure that we scoot you into the grasses. As long as you're camouflaged, I don't think the bearyena is going to notice you. You've been able to get away without a single scratch on you, too. Do you think maybe we should push him a little bit further back, though? Just to be sure. I know he likes to keep an eye on where the bearyenas are located. That's kind of what he's doing out here, just so the warriors will be able to get to the bearyena faster. But at the same time, if you fall victim to his claws, then nobody's going to be around to guide the warriors to the right battle. So let's make sure that you're safe first. But yeah, I think Jerico is probably a little bit restless at this point. I mean, of course he wants to save Longshot too. How fitting as well that both of the Longshots on this island are the ones who are being attacked by the bearyenas. I wonder if there's any connection in that. Oh, and you actually found a little root over here? Oh, Longshot Jr. If only he was able to actively try to paw this up, I'm sure he would give it a shot. But he's going to have to ask his father to come over here instead. Or maybe his mother, for that matter. Let's actually bring her over here, since she has those beautiful savannah horns just like he has too. That means that he's going to be one of the prophets just like she is, so maybe they share a little connection that way. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to dig up that room, so let's have Awkward come on over here too. We'll have you try your best to claw it up with that wing of yours, I guess. Though it looks like it's going to take a few turns for them. That's okay though. We know that these two are definitely going to be staying by the nursery. And pretty much all of the other warriors are going to be going straight into the grasses for Longshot. So Jerico, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we could have you coming over here to the stump so you can let out a quick cry of your own. That's partially to mourn Stone's passing, of course, to celebrate his victories. And it's also to call out for Mars. You probably know that your daughter is definitely grown by now. She actually has her second gem, so she can move a little bit further away. That means we don't have to worry so much about the bluebirds overhead. But aside from that, maybe this would actually be a chance for you to finally meet your daughter. Like, I don't think he's even seen Vixa before. So since we have 1 day's of rest, 1 day's worth of mourning, let's have Vixa pad out from the grasses. She's probably so excited to see her father that she's completely forgotten about that berry bush she destroyed. And of course, Mars can't help but follow either. He's probably pretty happy just to get back to his acorns. It's been a while since he cracked any of these open. So let's scoot him on over here, and we'll have Vixa settle right in between her 2 fathers. She is going to be very happy tonight. I guess it's a little bit bittersweet though, because he is going to be leaving bright and early in the morning. But that's the job of a leader for you, and someday Vixa might even end up being the next leader too. So this is all information that she's going to have to grasp as well. Now I guess we could have you go ahead and use your last turn to sing out from the stump too. Okay, Mr. Bluebird. That was definitely the bearyena's meat. Oh, Laura, those talons probably came just like inches away from your face. Well, you're pretty lucky, because I'm assuming that most of our creatures over here are probably going to be too distracted to notice you. In fact, I'm sure Kit is padding over here right now to see the remains of Stone as well. I wonder if even she would try to pop some of those roots. We have one over here, some way back here as well. Let's actually go off this way a little bit, I guess. Right underneath the safe haven. There's probably no better place for us to bury Stone. Let's have Laloon try her best to paw this up for her father. She's having a little bit of trouble as well. You know, it's kind of unfortunate that we never actually received the digging paw from him. He had so many daughters, but every single one was influenced a little bit more by Nicole. So unfortunately, this is going to be a very difficult task for everybody in our tribe right now. Well, Kit, could you at least give it a try? I know you only have one turn left. Oh no, but it's way over there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to scoot you over here then, right in between those two roots underneath the tree. I suppose Adeline could always give it a try, though. Let's have her come down here, too. Try to pop those roots. Oh no, I hope we're going to be able to paw it up before Nicole gets her hands on him instead. This is mildly concerning, but I'm sure that Morgana isn't going to give up. If not for Stone, then they easily would have lost their own son. For that matter, if not for Stone, then she could have lost Awkward. Awkward had planted himself firmly in between the killer bearyena and its baby. She had two, of course, but I always assumed she would be a little bit more safe with those spines on her back. So their family is only together because of what Stone did for them, so they're not going to rest until he's truly safe. Oh, do I see another little bunny back here for you, Acadian? There we go, you might as well catch that for us then. We'll have Pernille come on back here to pick up the meat for you. Oh, and to even pick up another bunny too. That's not going to be too close to the killer bearyena, right? Yeah, you guys are still pretty far away. I would be surprised if the killer bearyena can smell that meat from there. And I suppose if Alara tiptoes out of the grasses, maybe he'll take notice of her bright white fur. See, her plan is to lure the killer bearyena into the nursery next. Pretty much a replay of our previous killer bearyena, but this one is going to have backup in the form of a little scorpion. It all depends if Nicole's army doesn't turn on her first. I kind of wonder if that's what Nicole's been planning all along. Now, Acadian still has 2 extra turns. I feel like he's probably a little bit worried, though. I mean, Pernille is just about to have her baby, 3 days remaining, but as far as I know, we don't really have any healing fruits down here. I know I mentioned it before, but maybe we'll want to go back to the Forbidden Clearing, just to make sure that she has a healing fruit to use safely. Acadian knows how important that tradition is to his family, too. So I'm not sure if he would be willing to let her go without it. I honestly can't remember if he passed many of the healing fruits on his journey here. I mean, I know we had the one back here, but were there any in the grasses too? Well, since you're so curious about where Shadow may have gone, why don't we actually have you come way down here? We'll have you sniff around in the grasses a little bit, just to see if you can sense anything else around here too. I mean, that terrible omen is definitely a worry. Maybe we should see if you guys can crack that open? Change the omen into something a little bit nicer, like the green one over here. It looks like that never actually worked in Morganite's favor either. The one back here grew back red too. But since they were nowhere near it, Longshot was as healthy as can be. And I kind of feel like that omen was probably more for the bearyenas anyway. So Alara, let's just make sure that you're definitely far enough away from that bearyena. Assuming that it's going to lock onto you, that would be 3 tiles away. I'm still not 100% sure, mind you, if that's even going to be far away enough, but I guess she would probably be a good one for us to test that theory on. So let's go ahead and skip the day. We'll have Longshot stay right next to his parents. Everybody should be ready. So let's zoom out between the 2 killer bearyenas that we have here. One over here by Longshot, and one over here by you? Did he just do a loop-de-loop? I mean, I didn't hear the growls, so that definitely wasn't a new one, yeah. Okay, Alara. Well, clearly this killer bearyena has indeed locked eyes with you. But unfortunately for you, look how weak this killer bearyena is. This was the very first one to spawn on the island, at least aside from the killer bearyena by the palm trees. This was the one that Acadian was running away from, so it's a very, very old darkness. And Alara can see that with her own eyes now. I wonder if she's almost feeling disappointed. I mean, to see this ancient bearyena come out from the grasses like that, she was probably expecting that her mother's army was immortal. No wonder Nicole is looking for new blood to fuel her ranks. She needs somebody to replace the ones that she's losing. We'll come back to Alara once our turns are almost done, though. For now, let's just make sure that we're moving Jerico's warrior party closer to Longshot. Can you actually sense the bearyena in the grasses now? Did it get any closer to you? It looks like it may have actually moved a little bit further away. So go ahead and grab a fistful of berries. Then we're going to have you tiptoe a little bit further into the clearing. Maybe over this way? Like, I know that is super, super risky. Oh, geez. Yep, that was a way too risky, Longshot. Okay, so at least we know that the beryena's caught a bunny out here. But now it definitely has your scent. You are so close, there's no way you're escaping this. So we're going to have to make sure that we move everybody down here as fast as possible. Maybe if we can light up this darkness for you, you could at least move a little bit further away. Otherwise, I think you're going to be stuck right in his line of sights. So let's have Jerico jump down from his stump first, with a quick farewell to his family too, of course. He didn't get to know Vixa long, but now he has an even better reason to return unscathed. He knows that when he comes back, he's going to have his daughter waiting patiently for him. So jump on down from that throne, Jerico. We'll have you come on over here, and then jump right in front of the ladies for us. I guess we'll probably have Aqua play leapfrog with you for now. You come on over here, and then I wonder if maybe Laloon could actually light up the way with the stump over here. Well, you can't resist that now, can you, Laloon? Go ahead and grab that bunny for us. And maybe the sound will be enough to alert Longshot. Oh no, he actually can't move any further. He's not fast enough. Oh, that is not good. That is setting him up so close. Alright, Longshot. Well, I think the furthest away is actually going to be over here. So, next to the berry bush you go then. Let's pray that's going to be enough. To be honest, the killer bearyena might be a little bit too distracted by his meal to notice you at first. So you might have a 1 extra day to sneak away. Now, Kit, I wonder if you could actually help us out by knocking down a few acorns before you leave, like just as a little show of your strength for the baby. We'll have you go ahead and hit this tree with those big ram horns of yours. Then you can flood around down here right to Laloon's side. We'll have you sit over here for now, lighting up a little bit of that grass too. And then it's time for Adeline to follow after Aqua. Oh no, and I just noticed. 4 days remaining on you? Oh no, don't tell me. Everyone is about to pass away. 16 days on Jerico, but 9 days on Aqua. Thankfully, Kit and Laloon, of course, are very young. They still have plenty of their lives ahead of them. But that is so sad, oh my gosh. 18 days on Longshot. Let's just hope that his life doesn't end early. Yeah, quite a few of our oldest generation are actually going to be passing away within the next few days. That's kind of heartbreaking, actually. We're going to have to make sure that we have a few more BBs then. Do you think that Awkward and Morgana would be willing to try again? I mean, I think right now the main concern is just making sure that we can dig up this root over here. We have to make sure that we actually set Stone's remains to rest. Ooh, for that matter. Maybe we don't want it in the darkness like that. You know what, Vixa? Why don't you go ahead and jump up here? Not only is that going to light up his remains for us, but that also sets you up right next to Longshot Jr. too. Since you two are a little bit closer in age, maybe you'd like to play together. Though I get the feeling their personalities are going to be very different. Longshot Jr. kind of strikes me as the more quiet sort. Maybe he would have a little bit of that awkwardness from his father, so that same kind of shy, timid personality. And meanwhile, Vixa is all about action and adventure. She was out there in the darkness when she barely even had her very first gem, counting bunnies everywhere she went. So bunny hunting is definitely going to be a very big part of her life. Not to mention with that claw, that's pretty much what she was made for. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two form a relationship together. to see if their friendship even blossoms at all. I'm sure part of Mars is a little bit disappointed that his daughter isn't interested in the acorns like he is, but I guess he can just do all of the work for now. You know, Longshot Jr. is actually going to be able to gather up some of the acorns too, since he has the cracker jaw. But that's going to be far, far off in the future. Oh, and we should probably just double check to make sure. Like, I know we didn't hear anything spawn last night, but just to be absolutely sure. It looks like you two are safe too. You can go ahead and grab your meat, and then why don't you jump all the way down here so you can follow after Acadian. You're probably getting a little bit worried about him anyways. Yeah, you know, let's make sure that we go ahead and crack open this termite hill over here. I think this probably has Acadian a little bit worried. She still has one extra turn, so if we have Acadian crack this down, we should be able to have her go ahead and lick those termites right off of him. So no worries for you today, Acadian. You can feast on bunnies, and you can rest assured that the deities are watching over you. Now as Alara creeps ever closer to the nursery, perhaps we'll bring her along this way? If we set you up right here, that's going to be 3 tiles away again. So let's hope that's still going to hold true. I mean, if he keeps doing loop-de-loops around in the darkness, then we won't have to worry about you at all. Not to mention the bearyena is very well hidden inside the grass right now. It's almost like they're truly trying to help you on this mission. So as long as nobody notices you, you should be able to sneak in there with the bearyena quite easily. And as for you guys back here, Jerico coming over into the grasses too? Maybe he's trying to whisper to Longshot, tell him to sneak through this way on the next turn. We could have Aqua come over here to pick up the meat as well, just so the bearyena's not going to notice that too. And Adeline, we'll just have you settle in. I suppose Longshot would probably be more likely to listen to you anyways, so come on back here next to the healing fruit, and we'll see if we can pull him out of there on the next turn. Everybody should be pretty much tired out anyways. The only thing we could maybe have Vixa do is use this stump to call out on. A mighty, mighty roar. Maybe she's pretending that she's one of the heroes she's heard so much about. I'm sure that Longshot is pretty much going to grow up on those stories of the heroes who saved him when he was little. But now it's time to see if the original Longshot is going to survive the night. So just like we did last time, let's go ahead and back up a little bit. That way we can keep a pretty close eye on Alara back here too. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is nerve-wracking. Alright, so there's our answer. 3 tiles away is definitely just far enough so the bearyenas can't attack our creatures. Now we can officially work that into our strategy. So once again, Alara, we'll come back to you in just a moment. This situation with Longshot is a little bit more pressing. So I guess we should probably just try to get him as far away as possible, right? Or then again, why don't we leave him right there for now? That would at least light up the way so some of our warriors could land a few attacks. We have 17 days remaining on this bearyena's lifespan. So Aqua, you could actually jump in right now. Let's have you lunge in, land a very quick blow, and then skitter right on back here. It looks like she can't go back to the tile that she was at for some reason. Maybe it's because there was too much grass in the way? That's a little bit strange, but at least we know we still have just enough tiles between them, so we shouldn't have to worry about any tragedies. Now likewise, Loon, let's have you jump in too. Land your attack, and then skitter right back over here to the stump again. Kit is a little bit too far away, unfortunately. She's going to have to get in closer. And I'm pretty sure the same rings true for everybody else here. I mean, maybe Jericho could land an attack? Maybe he could, but we would have to move Longshot back here first. Yeah, it looks like he's just about able to jump on in here and land one quick swipe. Then you're going to have to skitter away too. Right over here between Kit and Aqua. So Longshot, let's make sure that we hide you away very, very well. Now that the bearyena knows that you have help on your side, he may decide to come after you next. And how many days do we have remaining now? 12 days remaining. So we're doing pretty good. It's not quite as fast as the previous bearyena was, but if we all band together on the next turn, we might be able to take you down too. So Longshot, jump right back here for us. I wonder if maybe we should have you guys clear out a pathway though? just to make sure that we have plenty of options available to us. Gotta make sure that everybody's going to be able to run just in case push comes to shove here. Oh my gosh, and did you see that? There is actually a bunny stealing those berries. Like, are you right underneath the bearyena right now? Well, you are one very, very brave bunny, though I suppose the bearyena is probably not minding with you if he's after our tribe instead. We do make a much, much bigger meal. Alright, so can we possibly dig up those roots on this turn? Let's have Morganite try again. Use all 3 of her turns to claw desperately at the ground. There we go! Oh, thank goodness, Awkward. So, Stone's remains are officially going to be safe from the Bone Keeper. We managed to lay them to rest before the Bone Keeper swept the remains away instead. You are his savior in this case. It's kind of sweet too because Awkward is pretty much the weakest of the bunch, so at least he was able to do something to contribute. And likewise, 3 days remaining before the next harvest too. Maybe that's actually something he would want to pass on to Mars this time, so he knows when to go searching for those berries. Well, since our job is done, let's have you 2 breed next. So we have 6 days remaining before she can have her next baby. That's going to be half of her remaining lifespan. We're lucky that we were able to breed her now then. I just hope her next baby is going to be healthy too. Now as Mars collects the last remaining acorns over here, every last one that he can reach, we'll just have Vixa keep singing out from atop the stump. She's probably trying to lure Longshot up here too. Maybe she's trying to get him to sing as well. Now let's go back here, because I think we're going to have to find a good place to set up a nest for you, Pernille. We still don't have a single sign of any of those healing fruits, but we'll just hope that Mist is able to keep us safe tonight. Grab that bunny meat for us. Alright, another bluebird. You must have stolen the bunny meat from the killer bearyena again? Oh, that must be so frustrating for those beryenas. Those birds are absolutely relentless. So the question is, can we bring you back to the nest over here? I think we probably should be able to. We'll have Acadian sit right on top of the stump, and then Pernille can actually jump all the way back here in one single turn. I forgot how swift she is. That's because she has the lean body, so she has a little bit more movement speed on her. Go ahead and clear out the grasses though, so your baby will have a little bit more room to play. And then I think we're just about ready to skip the day. Just about ready to see if her baby is going to survive. There's always the possibility that they could have similar immunity genes too. So Alara, you're almost to the nursery. Let's have you come on over here. And you know, I think if you actually settle down on top of the stump, you should be just far enough away, and you would be able to let out a little war cry too. Ooh, should we have her do it? As a way to show that she is coming full force with a bearyena on her side. Now that everybody is too tired to move, there's nothing they can even do about it. Not to mention the leader's gone, and all of their strongest warriors too. So this is truly the best moment that she has to strike. Let's go ahead and skip the day though, and let's go straight back to Pernille. I'm pretty confident that everybody else is going to be okay, so let's just cross our fingers that Pernille's baby is going to be safe. Are you a healthy one? Yes, he actually is. Oh, it's only too bad that he doesn't seem to have those 2 bearyena claws, but at the same time, a 6 in strength. So little Nunu here, oh my gosh, that is an adorable name for him. He is actually the strongest creature in our entire tribe right now. He has a really interesting mask too. So he's taking after Acadian in this case, and the cycle of rebirth as well. Maybe they can finally bring Moon Eye and Crescent back into the mix. It seems like they've kind of been thrown to the wayside after Nicole took over, just like how she banished Mist too. So, wait a second, did all the beryenas actually go away? Oh, Laura, you have been abandoned by your mother? Oh my gosh, she just let out her war cry, and then her mother actually abandoned her in her time of need. Oh, she is going to be furious. I mean, maybe this is just a test to see if Alara has what it takes to take them down. but Nicole has already seen her slay one of our tribe mates. It seems a little bit more likely to me that they want them to take down Alara instead. But that would just give her the chance to swoop in and steal her in our army, so it seems like the next episode is going to be very, very interesting indeed. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!